Hey, the average Joe here. Whether you're laying out a custom air handler or a modular or a rooftop unit, we make it real easy to do that in HVAC Solution and then send that to your local rep and let them do a selection for you. So I'm going to come to the air handler toolbar. I'm going to grab the far left here, air handler cabinet, put that on the screen. Right next to there, I can put a plenum in there. I'm going to start by a fan. You'll see there's about 7 fans there. Uh, Blue is outside air fan. Purple's the kind of a supply return fan. We'll go with the Cook. We'll go with the inline SQID Cook. Put that in. And then you'll see we get another component. That's for my airflow diagram. Next, we'll go grab another, maybe put a couple more plenums in this air handler for cooling coil, heating coil, as well as the mixing plenum. Now I'm going to come up here to the heating coil, select hydronic heating coil, place that in. It gives me another one for my airflow diagram and another one for my hookup to the boiler, right? Hydronic. We'll go with the hydronic cooling coil, put that in the air handler, and the same thing we're going to get. Then I'm going to come over here to the far right and grab an outside air damper, place that in. I'm going to go then to the airflow tab right here and grab me an intake louver. Typically the louvers are not in an air handler. They goes from the air handler right to the wall where it's ducted or the ceiling. And then let's go grab another, back to the air handler tab. We'll throw another plenum in there, and let's just throw in, we ought to have a filter in here. We can put that before or after. We've just added dynamic filters to the software, so let's go ahead and add one of their V8s in there. We put that before the coils, right? Set that in there. And then let's last of all throw a humidifier in there. Steam humidifier, dispersion condair. Okay, now, and then there's the airflow diagram, and then one for my steam generation to show all that. I'm going to move this over here a little bit. Next, I need to grab a space. A space is where all the load information is placed, correct? So we'll come over here. I'll just grab a typical other space. I don't want to look at ASHRAE 62 or 170. Set that in there. Now I'm just going to connect all the ins to outs, make connections on these. It doesn't matter which way you connect things. You'll see as I connect, they start turning color. And hopefully you'll start seeing some data take place, but we don't because we have not entered any type of a load or CFM in the space. So I'm going to come in on my, right now I'm on economizer down to the bottom. I'm going to go over to the overview. That allows me to see all the temperatures in the overview. So right now there's no CFM, but if I double left click on the white screen, I'll see that I'm located. My weather data is in Salt Lake City, Utah, and those are my winter heating 14, summer cooling 95. And that's what you're going to see. Well, right there, you'd see it coming in there as well if I annotated it. Next, we're going to come in here. We're going to select the winter heating and type in, we'll just make a constant volume system, 9,000 CFM for heating, 9,000 for summer. You know, they could be different if you had a VAV system. And then we'll go economizer, would be 9,000 as well. Okay, based on all that airflow, you'll see 9,000 coming outside, heating from 14 to 85 or cooling from 97 to 52. And that is the load on the heating coil. There's the load on the cooling coil. That is my humidifier load. Now you can always come down to the scenario manager and just look at winter heating, temperatures and airflow, or summer cooling, and you'll see the humidifier pounds per hour change or economizer. So you can see we're considerably more, almost 3 times more for humidification in the economizer than summer cooling. Winter heating is actually right up there too with the it's totally outside air. Now, if I happen to, let's say I say, no, I want this to not be 100% outside air. I want to return some air. I'll come to the air handler toolbar, come in here, and then I'll go to the return air, damper, put it in there, get one down here, and now I'll come in. And then let's come in here and say we want some ventilation space in the space. So winter heating, we'll go with 10% and put airflow. Now we want to do a percentage here, right there, 10%. Do the same for, I'm on winter heating, so I need to go to overview so I can get to all of them. And then we'll also go to summer cooling and make that 10%. Now, as I connect this up, you'll see that we're going to have 10%, 900 CFMs outside air coming in. Now the temperatures that are here, I'll just annotate the sheet there, show the temperatures. The 14 and 50 is now coming in, and as that mixes throughout the system, you'll see the loads changed in the air handler. Now I can easily send this diagram, this picture, don't necessarily need to send the airflow to my rep. I can always finish this right by putting the boiler and the pumps and the chiller. And by the way, I'm showing the slow way to do this. We have wizards that do this automatically for you, and we'll actually import the loads in the space. But then I can come in here and file, coordination file options, go to equipment schedule in Excel. Then I just need to save this. Once I save this project, then this schedule I'm going to create, we'll look at it here, file open. This schedule, along with that picture, that's system, here's my air handler schedule, sees 9,000 CFM supply, fan, cooling coil, heating coil, filter, and then we also get into specifics of more detail on each one of that product. Some products you can actually select right in the software, like some of the fans, humidifiers. Let's just click on that humidifier and see if we can select that. It'll tell us a reason. So there, picks a Condair there, right? So now that's made a selection of that. Filter, let's see if it selects that filter. The little pink shading said that it can possibly select, and when I click on it, then it tells me if it does. So there we did, selected a couple options there. So that's some selection of individual components, but like I say, if I want to select this air handler cabinet with a particular manufacturer, then I would send that to my local rep, and he would do that for me, and I'd be able to fill in my schedule that we created here in HVAC Solution. Hope this has been helpful. Thanks for watching. Let us know if you have any questions.